Well, as happens sometimes, life kind of got away from me. So we're going to go a little bit old school on this one, and we're going to do just a good old-fashioned coffee talk today. The sad part is I actually had things written down, and I have a lot of video ideas that I want to do. It's just time got away from me, and I didn't want to not be consistent, and I didn't want to push things off and do a video tomorrow. I wanted to do something on Thursday because that's what we do. So I figured I would just do an old school coffee talk because there have been people who have commented and said that they missed that. So here's an old school coffee talk for you, and in time to do with my mug that you can purchase for yourselves if you care to join along in future installments of Coffee Talks, which may actually make a comeback at some point in time. But that being said, this past weekend here in the United States was Father's Day weekend, and so things are always busy on those weekends, and it's funny because Mother's Day weekends come first, right? And so on Mother's Day weekend, it's like the kids and everybody tries to make it so that way moms don't have anything to do, right? You do breakfast in bed, you want to clean, do dishes, things like that, and try and make it to where mom doesn't have to do anything. Mom gets her day of rest. And on Father's Day, we're told to go outside and fire up the grill in the heat and cook meat. But fortunately, though, my wife actually took care of that this time. So all I had to do was set up the smoker, and she went out there and did that. She actually enjoys doing that. So I got kind of lucky in that regard because I tried several times to help her, and she's like, no, I like doing this. So I was like, have at it. I'm going to go hang out inside. So, yeah, that was part of it, and the weekend was a bit of a mess because my daughter Carolyn, who you guys have seen on here before, called me on Saturday because she had gotten into a car accident, and the car accident story is actually really interesting. She was on her way home from work, and this black, I want to say it was like a Toyota, or no, it was a black Nissan. And a black Nissan cut out of a merge lane onto like a rural highway. It's not like a highway, like high speeds, but it merged. It came out of the merge lane and sideswiped her and did damage to her passenger side door and the front wheel and took off. But she said the interesting thing is that there was a white Tesla who was flipping the guy off and went chasing after him. So when she finally pulled over and called me, and I headed out that way to where she was, because she was only like 15 minutes from my house. When I got there, she had already called the police, and the police had already come by and given her a police report, because the real story as to what happened is that black Nissan rear-ended the white Tesla, and the white Tesla guy took off after him, chased him, and was on the phone with the police, and the police caught the guy. So that was a lucky break. So now she's just waiting on getting the police report to see if the driver is insured or not insured, and figure out how she's going to claim to get her car fixed. So that ate up Saturday. Sunday was gone. And then come Monday, my real life job is pretty busy. I work for a company that this time of year is extremely busy for us, and we're actually trying to get some things done before the July 4th holiday week, because a lot of people in my company actually take that time off. And so we're spending a lot of time prepping, testing, QA, documentation. Anybody who works in IT, I know you get the struggle. So that's been a huge chunk of my week this week, and time just got away. Time just got away from me, and I didn't know what else to do because I just don't have the time to film and record one of the videos that I really want to. And there's another video idea that I had that I want to do, but I actually have to run it. I want to run it by Brad Graham before I do, because I'm kind of piggybacking on something that he started doing on his channel. And if you haven't checked that out, go check out his channel because he's doing some really cool video formats now. And it does my heart good because he's happy doing these videos, and you can tell, you can see it. So if you haven't seen his last couple of videos, go check them out. I think you'll really enjoy them. And then Earl did a video yesterday that I frantically wrote down notes because he got me thinking about some stuff too. That's more of content creator side of things. And it got me to thinking about a lot of stuff. So I'm constantly, I don't have a shortage of ideas. Let me put it to you that way. I don't have a shortage of ideas. In fact, I've got several that I want to get to. And one that I discussed with my sister probably 2-3 weeks ago now that she really wants me to do, that she thought was just hilarious. And she's like, do it. And I'm like, but it's kind of time sensitive. And I don't know if that window, but I don't know. We'll see. But the whole point of it is that it's just been an exhausting week. And I know tomorrow is typically a day that I would do a live stream, because I am off tomorrow. But with it being summer break and the girls off and things like that, I honestly don't know what my plans are for tomorrow. So I don't know if I will be doing a live stream or not. And unfortunately, Rad and I just haven't had a chance to get together to come up with a time or schedule or, get our timing together so we can do another stream, because we both really want to do that because that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I wish there was something more going on other than just the rigmarole of life. But I guess that's what happens, when you're the adults in the room, as Gen X has now suddenly become. We have to sometimes not do the fun stuff like this and just have to put the big boy pants on and actually do the work. And you can tell that I have been a little bit rushed in production of things for here because of the Afterthoughts podcast that I published this week, that many of you noticed the lack of editing, let's just say, on that. I actually made a clip of it. I'm going to publish the clip of it because I think it's hilarious, and it's too late now. The video has views. I don't want to mess with it, so I'm just going to let it roll. And if you haven't seen that and don't know what I'm talking about, go check out this week's Afterthoughts video that published on Tuesday. There's actually a pinned comment to where you can actually go exactly to the point where it happens. And the interesting thing is also you can tell that I was severely rushed in editing that particular one, because the last 2 minutes of that video, it's just the audio visualizer running with no talking. I'd already ended it, and I have a template that I use for that it's like a 35-minute or so template, and as I'm editing it cuts down. Anyway, point is I had some remaining video obviously left and didn't trim it off like I normally do. So it's been that kind of week, y'all, and that's why we're doing a coffee talk style video that's going to be nothing but a hero take with some quick edits so I can get it published out there. So I hope your week has been not as hectic as mine. I hope you're not as exhausted as I am, but let me know in the comment section how your week is going and what do you got planned for July 4th coming up, because that is now definitely on the horizon, clearly, and I know people are making vacation plans, so share those in the comment section. What are y'all up to this summer for a vacation? I actually have a few trips later in the summer that I want to try and take, but it's still up in the air as to whether or not I'm going to be able to do that one. So is what it is, right? Anyway, thanks for watching. I wish I could say this one was more interesting, but at least I was consistent. And there's that. And pick up a mug. That'll help out too. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comments section.